everyone. I don't usually do these vlogs, video vlogs, but I have just spent the entire night in the hospital. Now, not for me. There's this girl who came to me. Her mother brought me. She's 18 years old. Her name is Pooja. She is mentally and physically challenged since according to her mother, since she's 4 years old, when she one day got a fever and parents never brought her to the hospital. Then that, her condition only worsened and it turned into epileptic seizures that continued even until today. So this girl came to my home, brought by her mother. Her mother was crying and said that her husband, who is the girl's stepfather, is trying to kill her. So this woman's husband, the girl's Pooja's stepfather, he's an alcoholic, and he basically spends all the family's money on buying alcohol. So Pooja's mother is the sole provider for Pooja and her two younger brothers. And this woman has to lock her daughter in her room early morning before she goes to work to clean other people's houses. So she locks Pooja in her room early morning, then returns late evening, unlocks her, and the girl is basically lying covered in her own waste. And the mother cleans her up, feeds her a little dinner, puts her to bed, continues the same neglectful routine every single day. So, as most of you know, I have a boys' home here. I take in boys who come from similar situations, but I don't have a home for girls. Yes, it's my long-term goal to open a home for girls, but at this point we just don't have the resources to even consider opening a home for girls with special needs. So, but I had to do something for this girl. She's 18 years old. She looks like she's 10 years old. She's so emaciated, so malnourished, so unhealthy. And you could see just her mother's desperation. I had to do something, so we agreed to take her in as like a daycare, part of our daycare program. So her mother drops her off in the morning and then has to pick her up in the evening, and we were able to call the police and report her husband and say, he's making these threats that he's going to kill his daughter. So the police went and just kind of scared him and made him realize that he can't be making these threats and he can't be abusing this girl, and that we're watching him. That's pretty much the best they can do. You cannot arrest poor people in India for domestic violence or for being alcoholics, disturbing the peace. You cannot arrest poor people in India for these things. So the girl comes to us. She seemed really happy to be with us. She was just, roaming around our house, enjoying the toys and playing with the other kids. And then suddenly she had a seizure, and then she had another one after that, and another one after that. And when the seizures were done, she was just completely distraught. And she was in like a kind of a fog-like state of mind. So we just, set up a mattress for her, lie down on the floor, relax, gave her water, food. She ate a little bit. And then, I don't talk about these things. I don't really like to dwell on the physically demanding part of the work that we do. But I really want to give you all an idea of what we're going through right now. As I said, I've been in the hospital all night with this girl, and I just feel like we have to talk about it. So everything seemed fine. Then suddenly this girl started crying, and she just, had diarrhea and all over herself, all over her clothes, all over the floor. And it's not fun cleaning up other people's shit. And I realized that this is one of the main reasons why there is no facility for these children. Because I have an almost 3-year-old son. I just got him potty trained and all, but I still have to clean him up. And you know what? It's not fun. We have kids 5, 6 years old. Some of them, they have accidents very frequently, and we have to clean them up. And you know what? It can be sickening. And this girl's 18 years old, though she's very emaciated. She's still 18 years old, and she's just, shitting all over the place. One of our house mothers, she got sick. She ran into the bathroom vomiting. She just couldn't handle it physically. So I and another house mother, we picked her up, brought her into the bathroom, took her clothes off, bathed her with our own hands. Because, there's one other facility for these children, a government facility. There's over 1,000 children, and basically they sit in their own waste. Nobody is there to clean them up with their own hands. They sit in their own waste until finally someone comes in and hoses them down, and I mean literally hoses them down. You have girls in that facility who, they get their periods and they just sit in their own blood until someone finally decides to go and hose them down. Again, literally just hose them down. They're treated worse than animals. They're drugged in that facility and they're left there to just die, and they do. They die frequently. So as you all know, that home inspired me to start One Life to Love Home of Hope, because no child deserves that treatment. Every child deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. And physically sickening as it was, this girl covered in her own waste. All I could think of, I was just overwhelmed I was mortified for her. Looking at her, I could only just, smile and tell her, it's okay, we're going to clean you up. And maybe she understands, maybe not, but I was mortified for her. So we picked her up, brought her in the bathroom, cleaned her up, changed her clothes. One of our house mothers gave her own clothes to this child, changed her, laid out the mattress again for her to sleep and rest. She obviously wasn't feeling well, so I went out to go and get some diapers for her and some other sanitary things like gloves and things for my staff in case this girl had, more problems like this. I came back expecting to find her still lying on the mattress there, but she was there. She sat up and she just started vomiting. And when I tell you, these long, 4-5-inch worms started pouring out of the girl's mouth. I have never seen anything like this in my life. We were terrified. I don't even think that's the right word. That's the best that I could think of. I was terrified, horrified. And so we immediately picked her up, put her in my car. We rushed her to the hospital, the emergency room nearby, where the doctor, he said in his 25 plus years experience, he had never seen a case like this. So awful, so bad. Such an awful case of neglect. The doctor assumed she was 8 years old. That's how teeny tiny she is, how malnourished she is. They treated her, tested her hemoglobin levels were extremely low. Malnourished child, anemic, severe case of anemia. And then they had to transfer her to another hospital to get her brain scan and the CT scan, make sure that there's no brain bleed or something like that, but the doctor was pretty sure that the worms had infested her stomach and made their way up to her brain, which is causing these seizures. And we're there, in the hospital, getting her treated for the worms. They're just basically pulling worms out of her, giving her medication to try and kill them and then pull them out of her. And all I can think is just, oh my God, how awful. That poor child, I don't even know what she must be feeling right now, how she just feeling sick. The pain that she's in, discomfort, and then that state of helplessness. And it gets me thinking that who will do something for her? I've been on the phone with social workers in Delhi and nearby states in India, trying to find someone to take her in because I don't have a space for her. She can't go home and there's nowhere for her to go. And I talked to one social worker and I told her the whole thing. I have this home for boys and this girl came in and she's in need of a home. And the lady got so angry with me and said, why don't you take her in? And at first I thought, why is she giving me an attitude? I'm trying to help. But then now I understand there's nothing that we can do for these children. There's nowhere for them to go. If their own parents aren't willing to take care of them, can you really blame the government facilities for their treatment of these children? No. So I'm just here now in the children's home trying to find a miracle, find someone to take in this girl, someone that would be willing to take care of her and love her and give her the best life possible. So if you all could be praying, I'd really appreciate it. If you can pray for her, pray for the doctors as they treat her, pray for my house mothers and the children here. I just know that there's more like her out there, and that really disturbs me because I feel this really powerful urge to go door to door in the nearby villages, slums, knock on doors and find out these children, where are they, and take them out of these neglectful situations. I've seen children, we've taken in children who have been locked in cupboards, we've taken in children who have been abandoned in slums and streets, children who used to find their meals in garbage dumps. We have them, and I know there's so many more out there, so many more like Pooja, and I'm just praying for a miracle, and I'm looking for one, and I'm trusting God that there will be one. So thank you for your prayers, thank you for your support, and please just spread the word, hoping for a miracle here.